What's going on YouTube? It's Q back here again with another video for you. In today's video, I'm here with the 2021 Corvette C8 Stingray with the Z51 package. And before we begin anything, I'd like to give a huge shout out to City of Cars. They loaned me the C8 Corvette for the day, so I'm going to do a review with it right now. And if you don't know by now, City of Cars is my favorite dealership, and this Corvette is for sale. A cool $74,500. The MSRP on it was over $84,000, and this is quite loaded. It's an LT2 package. Like I said, it's got the Z51 for us. That's the performance package. For those of you who want to see a C8 Z06 or a C8 ZR1, but the bank accounts don't match that, you can get a budget-friendly, lower-level base Corvette. Well, it's not even a base Corvette, but this is the entry-level Corvette. You can snag your hands on one of these. So what's this going to bring different from the C7 Corvette? Y'all already know, because this car has been out for a few years now, about 3-4 years now. So we do have an 8-speed dual clutch transmission. The engine is not in the front anymore, it's in the rear. And if you've been part of my channel within the last 2-3 years, you'll know that I'm a huge Camaro fan. And I have owned a SS1LE Camaro, 2020 that was, and I had a 2023 ZL1. So the Corvette is going to be a little bit different. This is Big Brother, and GM treats it as that. So they discontinued the Camaro, but this Corvette, it brings a lot. Even though I'm not the biggest Corvette fan, I am a fan of what it is and what they bring to the table. So it used to start at $60K, and that's a huge performance bargain. This is going up against supercars. So we got a frunk on here, super practical. Front trunk, if you don't know what that is. And we also got a trunk in the back. We got a drop top as well. Sun's out, bun's out. Ain't got the bun today, sorry y'all. And in the rear, we got another practical trunk. What in the world? So you can take this. This is very practical for a two-seater. A whole lot of room, dang. And this color is ceramic matrix gray, metallic. And this is like a off gray, like a, I don't want to say Nardo gray, but kind of reminds me of a chalk. Shout out to Will Motivation, as well as the rest of the MOC. Got Race Car Fans, 100 Grand Nate, and Blueprint 1LE. Blueprint 1LE will love one of these. He's a huge Chevy fan. But today, I'm going to take it for a drive and see what I've been missing, because I am a manual elitist, and this car doesn't even offer a manual. They killed the manual in the Corvette, and they ain't like that. But I finally came around. I settled down, got my mind right. I'm about to go for a drive. But before I do, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, browse the channel. Let's jump into it. Briefly, before we start our engines, to open the door, got a little rubber mechanism underneath there. Opens the door, and we got the red guts. Shout out to 100 Grand Nate, if you're on YouTube. In the interior, got some nice quality materials. Got the up-level Bose systems, going to sound great. Got memory seats, control the top of the drop top. And then we have this cluster, this array of HVAC controls all the way down the column. It's going to isolate you from the passenger, because that comes up quite high to the top of the infotainment screen almost. All right, going to get the pedal shifters. As I did say, this is a DCT. Let's crank it up real quick. Yacht. So looking at our gear selector, they didn't went exotic on us. If we want to put it in drive, put our finger down, lift that thing up, park, press the button. Reverse, same thing, flick that thing up. Got the camera around here to help us. And we do have this nifty front camera button, because you know you might crack that splitter. So when I rented a C7 Z06 when I was in Vegas, and I was riding past Trump Towers, and I bottomed out going across the intersection, cracked the spoilers, or a splitter. These things are low, but that car was lower, this one ain't. So that camera's gonna come in handy. I ain't have no choice in my situation. I was driving on the street. Everything digital cluster, drive modes, handle that right here. Ain't much else to say. I'm gonna let the top up and we gonna get to driving. Let's hear some exhaust real quick. Open that thing right there, right up. Yeah. Now that's a proper sounding engine right there. That's gotta be something aftermarket. It could be stock though. I don't know. Let me see what that is. I don't know. Comment if you know what this exhaust is. I don't know if this is stock or not. This is a used car, slightly used, gently used. Like I said, check them out, City of Cars. But let's get behind the wheel and start driving. And to get out the car, we press this mechanism. That's it. Push it open. We good. And this is what we're looking like with our top up. So I'm gonna do that just for the audio quality of it, so y'all can get some good, decent audio. Let's finally drive. All right, let's get to getting in this C8. Gotta love the red seat belts too. And they also got a little rear window behind us. We can hear the engine noise, which sits behind us now. Let me turn these ventilated seats on. Actually, I need some AC on here too. It's a little warm right now up in here. So we're gonna start off in sport mode because Tour like quiets everything now. A little bit too tame, but sport mode it is. Oh, nice. We got our digital rear view mirror. It's always pretty slick. Let's be off. Ooh, these bumps. See, that's that front camera gonna come in handy for potholes too. Like the steering wheel, definitely like you flying the plane. It's flat on the top and bottom. Something you don't see way too often as I dodge a pothole. See what these pedals should just like. It's pretty quick. Back to auto mode. So it gets a little loud. I'm gonna actually roll that window up. Don't want to sacrifice y'all viewing pleasure, even though I like it personally. See, nobody can say I'm selfish. We gonna test out the turning radius because why not? It's pretty good. Not the best, but it's a small car, big power. It'll get you there. No, we're not about to do a launch control, but we're about to see how we take off. Woo! All right. Overwhelming to the rear wheels. Oh, you want me to light them up? No can do, sir. But let me downshift a few times. Nice induction noises. Man. Exhilarating. And that's just sport mode. So we do have this button on the steering wheel, the Z mode. I assume it's something similar to like V mode in the Cadillacs. So you get to customize it as well. Turn everything up. This is turned up to the max. This car is so smooth too. Magnetic ride control. Cannot beat that whatsoever, man. This is one of the greatest suspensions. GM put their foot in magnetic ride control. It's going to be comfortable all the time and even like sporty when you want it to be. So when I had my Camaro, I was driving in sport mode for the most part, but I basically made my mode steering feel. I made that sport mode because track mode is very harsh. We're going to try that out in just a minute here. Tour mode is if you don't feel like being loud, but this is a video. I gotta feel like feeling loud in this car. It's a Corvette. Why not? As I put it in snow and ice mode. Oops. Slight differences between this and the Camaro. The infotainment looks similar, it's just updated. So in tour mode, when you want it to be quiet, it drops it all the way down to a damn near a whisper. So that is good, because it's starting to get loud up in here. I'm like, dang, I need to calm it down so I can get the video out there for y'all so y'all can hear what's going on. But thankfully, tour mode, we can close those baffles on the exhaust and we can blend in with the rest of the civilians out here on the street. Oh, is this person about to get hit by a Buick Regal GS? And I'm gonna crank it up to track mode as we're about to get on the expressway. That's everything is as aggressive as it gets. Brakes, engine sound, steering. Oh yeah, this is heavy. Jim does a good job at, because we got the electronic steering rack or the electronic steering here. They do a really great job of basically managing how much torque you can feel with the steering, because track mode makes it feel like a car with no power steering fluid, which can be fun, but on the day-to-day driving, I wouldn't want to do that. But sport mode, that's the sweet spot for me. Touring is light. All right. Talk about the Camaro blind spots. This worse. Woo, we're ready to go. Oh my goodness. Gotta look down at the speed. It's one of those cars that hides it really well, because everything's so smooth. Good googly moogly. And as fast as we get on the highway, getting right back off. Because man, time flies when you drive my ride like I. Of course, the brakes bite, and some powerful brakes. GM did an awesome time fine-tuning as I turn it back down to tour mode. Get a little bit loud up in here. Still wondering what kind of exhaust that is. Is that stock? Because if that is stock, that is glorious. If not, then that's what I expect from aftermarket. See what we like on this smooth pavement. Up the speed in the jiff. It's very comfortable too. Seats are super supportive. Got some nice bolstering, thigh bolstering, lateral bolstering, just everywhere. Press this Z mode. Ooh, get loud for me. All right, there we go. Slow her down. Was instant. And as soon as you start having fun, you gotta stop. God the mighty. Let me drive it in manual mode now. Since I am a manual elitist, what kind of man would I be driving in auto the whole time? Those shifts are vicious, pow, quick, extremely quick. Woo. Nice drama to it. I like that. That builds character. Cause these, what is this, LT2? They don't rev up too high. It's about 6,500 RPM red line. And I don't know, it would be fun to rev this out like a C8 Z06 would be, or a C8 ZR1. But revving it out adds to the fun, in my opinion. But the engine, just the power band of it, how low it revs, that is a bit of a bummer to me. But you got all the torque. That's the trade-off you get. Normally when you have to rev out, you don't have torque down low. But at least you got torque everywhere. So I put off driving one of these for a long time. And man, kind of regret not driving one of these sooner. And I'm thankful that the prices are coming down now. Because even the LT1 version of these were like 90 grand during the height of the pandemic. But now we're coming back to reality. But with that, the C7 prices are kind of all over the place too. They're pretty high. So I actually looked at getting the C7 Grand Sport before I sold one of my cars, but that couldn't happen. And they actually have one at the dealership now that I want to do a review on. And it's an automatic. And I want a manual in that car. I drove the Z06 in the manual. That thing was splendid. But I need one of those in the manual. But I'll do the automatic as well. For my reviews, I'm not that biased. It's only the cars that I come to own. The exhaust still does the snap, crackle, and popping. You can hear it a lot more with the windows down, but I rolled all the windows up on y'all. It's got all the get up and go in the world. All you would ever need. The 0 to 60 on one of these is like, still like 2 seconds, 2.8 seconds. Like, this car is just fast in every measurable category. And it's good on gas too. I think the city is 15, the highway is 27, and I'm pretty sure they might have cylinder deactivation on here to where it drops down to 4 cylinders. You can get, a lot of people get 30 miles per gallon commonly on road trips in these Corvettes, and it's been that way for years. So coming from a ZL1, it's been a while, like a year, over a year now. But to getting in one of these, I can see the appeal of it, and the price point at the lower cost is definitely a bargain. But this one, MSRP for my ZL1 was like 68, and that was fully loaded, and I had like some extra options on it too. And if you get the ZL1 1LE, it's like close to 80,000. This car was 84 new. I choose the Camaro in that instance. But now we don't have the Camaro anymore. You can't order one of these. You can only get them used. And on the used car market, this is going to remain one of the highest performing cars per dollar. You're going to have to shoot up to like your Porsches or like a ZL1, but still with the engine in the back, that's going to just rework all the physics of it to where you can do a lot more, because it's just a better placement when you have the weight over the rear and the engine back there as well. All your supercars, hypercars, that's how they're going to be. Whoops, forgot I got it in manual mode. Let me switch that back to automatic, please. But yeah, this or a Porsche, it's going to be, it depends on what you like. I know a lot of people say a Porsche buyer wouldn't cross-shop a C8 Corvette. They will. People do. I don't know why people on the internet just say that. People will cross-shop lots of things unless they're just a diehard. All right, let's do our victory lap here before we round on back. City of cars. This car is just too fast for its own good. On public roads. Oh, we got a McLaren over there looking like a Corvette. Dang. See, Chevy done stepped their design game up too. I still think this car does look awkward from certain angles, but it's still a supercar. performance-wise. A lot of people will write it off and say it's not. It's got the performance. It's a Corvette. And now how the prices are going for the ZR1 and the Z06, they're in supercar territory. But I'd like to give a huge shout out to City of Cars for loaning me this C8 Z51 package. So it's been the first time driving it. Impressed. This is what I thought it would be. Like, I didn't get a whole lot of reaction on there, but this is what I expected. And GM, their performance cars are just wild. I think out of all the performance cars out there, GM, they definitely do a ton of performance. Like, they do so much. They're probably my favorite brand as far as performance wise. Slow it down, the brakes bite. DCT is tuned so well. Gotta love it. Once again, huge shout out to City of Cars for granting me this experience with this Corvette. So if you got any questions, you know what to do. Write a comment. I will get down there. We'll have a discussion. So that's all I got to say about that. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Drive safe. Should have adjusted my mirrors before I hopped out the car, because this thing, they talk about the Camaro. These blind spots is otherworldly in the Camaro. All right, there we go. Appreciate y'all.